And the Panthers have a 3rd and 10. Here comes pressure, and they've gotten to him. The ball is out in the end zone, and it's recovered by Malik Jackson.
That right there was Von Miller, arguably one of the greatest pass rushers in NFL history, a Super Bowl MVP, a future Hall of Famer, and one of the most feared defenders of his generation. But Von Miller wasn't always a superstar. But to understand his legacy and how he became one of the greats, we have to go back. April 28th, 2011.
With the second pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Von Miller, linebacker, Texas A&M.
Coming out of Texas A&M, Miller was already viewed as one of the most explosive pass rushers in college football, and the Broncos were hoping he could become the cornerstone of their defense.
Von Miller is going to be written down for a loss. Von Miller.
Then comes his rookie season.
6, Dalton steps away from pressure but can't get away completely, and Von Miller's got a sack back inside the Denver 10-yard line.
To put it simply, Von Miller didn't just have a good rookie season. No. He came out of the gates running. In the 2011 NFL season, Miller recorded 11.5 sacks and won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Over that one season, he established himself as one of the league's brightest young stars, and he was just getting started. Enter 2012. Von Miller was no longer just a good pass rusher. He was a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. With 18.5 sacks, a first-team All-Pro selection, and a Pro Bowl appearance, Miller had quickly become one of the most dominant defenders in football. But just as Miller was reaching the peak of his career, everything changed. Before the 2013 season began, Miller was suspended for the next 6 games of the season. And when he finally returned, disaster struck.
Peyton, the Broncos obviously continue to put up the big numbers on offense. But, Adam, as you know, there's concern on the defensive side of the ball. Von Miller out, torn ACL. How are the Broncos going to make up for this loss?
Von Miller tore his ACL. Not only is this a devastating injury, but it can have lasting effects on a player's mobility. For some positions, this might not be as devastating. But for a pass rusher whose game relies on explosiveness, agility, and bending around offensive tackles, an injury like this can completely change a career. And truth be told, for many players, it does. But Von Miller refused to let that happen. After months of rehab and recovery, he returned to the field in 2014 with something to prove.
Good luck with this guy. Von Miller coming off that knee injury a year ago.
Down he goes again. They're fired up here in Denver.
This is Von Miller.
He's in trouble, and he's tripped up and sacked.
In the 2014 NFL season, Miller was able to put up 14 sacks and a Pro Bowl selection. He proved that he was still one of the most dangerous pass rushers in football. The comeback was complete. But while Miller was returning to form, the Broncos were building something special. With stars like Aqib Talib, Chris Harris Jr., TJ Ward, and DeMarcus Ware were joining the defense. Denver was assembling a unit that would soon become known across the league as the no-fly zone. This defense would become known as one of the most feared defenses in the NFL. But that's a video for another day. After years of building one of the most feared defenses in football, the Denver Broncos had finally made it back to the biggest stage, Super Bowl 50. Standing in their way were the Carolina Panthers. Led by MVP quarterback Cam Newton, Carolina entered the game with a 15-1 record and one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. Many expected the Panthers to win, but Von Miller had other plans.
Panthers have a 3rd and 10. Here comes pressure, and they've gotten to him. The ball is out in the end zone, and it's recovered by Malik Jackson. 2nd and 11. And Cam loads it up, and he's got the completion. No, incomplete. Here comes the pressure. Nowhere to go. And Newton's down at the 22. It's a 3rd and 9. Rushing 4, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground and still on the ground. Picked up by TJ Ward at the 4-yard line. Ball Miller did it again.
And the MVP of Super Bowl 50 is Von Miller. Vaughn, this was the fascinating matchup with you and Cam, the first 2 draft picks back in 2011. And all night long, this Denver defense was on and making life very difficult. How about this run by this Denver defense?